Hey, I I have to tell you, God called me out today and he said, "You're hiding." And I was like, "No, I'm not." He goes, "Oh, yeah, you are." I created Anchored Not Anxious because I wanted to help women, with anxiety and worry. But the fact is that, you know, I'm sharing stories, but I'm not sharing the the deep things, hopelessness, shame, anguish, that is the backbone of why I have had anxiety and worry and intolerance of uncertainty. And today I was reading this book. It's by Brene Brown. You've probably heard of her, Atlas of the Heart. And I came across this definition. She describes all these emotions that are from the heart. And it's interesting because some emotions we think are some things that we think are emotions are actually, cognitive processes. But in this case, I came across the definition of anguish. And it says anguish is an almost unbearable and traumatic swirl of shock, incredulity, uh, in, incredulousness, grief, and powerlessness. And I read that and I thought, wow, that that was the word that I haven't been able to, that I couldn't come up with to describe a point in my time in 2005, 2006. I was sitting in a hotel room in Minneapolis, Rochester, yeah, Minnesota. It was the worst feeling that I hope I never feel it again. Just it made me sick to my stomach, And I was I was waiting for a diagnosis. And it was just horrible because truly I I had grief about how my future was going to play out. I felt powerless because there was nothing I could do to make something happen from what I felt in my heart was nothing from all the tests and everything. But, I was talking to a friend the other day and we said, the reason we don't tell those stories, those stories because of the shame, not because we did something shameful, but because we have shame for that story. And that's not, that doesn't help anybody. We all have story. And if we get stuck in it, we're not, that's the worst place to be. And so, this exchange of story helps us to reflect, dissect, pull apart, and get unstuck, you know? And partly that's what professional counselors help you do, but we can help each other too. So anyway, um, just wanted you to know that God's called me out of hiding. It takes a lot of bravery and courage, and I'll do my best, but we'll see. Until next time.